Oh yeah, I know what you're thinking. Man, this guy, he just don't give up. He just won't give it up. You're right, I won't. You know, if you're like I was, you don't want to be told what to do. You don't want to be told what to think. You know, you got stiff knees. They don't want to bend. And that's the way I was too. My knees didn't want to bend. Sometimes they don't want to bend now. You know. But I want to tell you what's at stake. If at some point you don't find divine intervention, if you don't find that divine help, to the ones that I'm talking to, the addicts, the alcoholics, the lost, you're going to die. You know, and worse than that, you're going to die without ever having really lived. And that will mean that you were here for absolutely nothing. And I know that God didn't want that for many of you. I won't be the one to call it, but someday there will be a last call for prayer. And I hope you find it before that last call. In the coming days and weeks, I'm feeling the need that we're really going to be going deeper. And we're going to be talking about divine providence. We're going to be talking about predestination, election. And hopefully it's going to be different than anything you've ever heard. It's definitely my ideas and the things that God revealed to me are different than anything I've ever heard. And I hope it'll be a good journey for you, like as it has for me. But today I want to get a little bit into the payoff that I was talking about. You know, when you get this relationship, and there's some of you, as I talked about yesterday, keeping up with the Joneses, you know, the financial part of it, and looking for that relationship that's going to make everything right. And you say, well, you know, I would go out on the beach, I would walk in the park, I would do all these things if I had the right person to share it with. Then it would have meaning, and it won't. It won't. You just think it will. That's the way I was. That's the way I felt. If I just had the right relationship with the right woman. All those things that I talked about having, you know, the big house, the pool, the wife, this, that, everything. It was all taken from me. One thing at a time, I lost everything. And I was so angry at God. I blamed Him for everything. And I didn't realize that He was systematically removing everything in my life that stood between me and Him, until there was just nothing left but God. And that's what it took. For me, that's what it took for me to find God. There was just nothing left. There was nowhere to look except up. And I thank God for that. You know, all the things that He put me through. Now, it was worth it. Now that I sit here with this relationship, because that's the real relationship that you need to build. You know, when you have that relationship, you can enjoy the beach, you can enjoy those walks in the park by yourself. You're not really alone, but you know what I mean. You don't need another person. Sure, it's great if you have that other person, it'll be even better, because that's the way God intended it. But it's not absolutely necessary for happiness. When you have this relationship with God and this trust and this faith, because eventually that's where you get. Let me tell you what it's like for me. You know, I have problems too. Things happen in my life that are uncomfortable. But it doesn't matter. You know, when you really get to the real scheme of things, it doesn't matter. You know, relax. God's in control. You know, if something happened, it's part of His plan. And no, we don't understand it. It's like a fly trying to understand why you've got a screen on your kitchen window. He's never going to know. You know, and probably it's for his own good, because if he flies in the window, you're going to swat him and kill him anyway. So, but you know, try to find that relationship. It's like having a, and I keep going back to it, the rock of truth. One of these days you'll figure it out who this rock is. When you have this rock in your life, man, it's like, it's something you can believe in. You know, it's the truth. You can lean on it. You can draw this peace from it because it's immovable. It's unchangeable. It's just. It's true. It's real. It's never changing. You know, everything in my life at one time or another has let me down. But this rock, it doesn't move. It's the only thing that I've ever been high on that there was no consequence. And you get this peace that it just runs really deep. A really deep peace and trust. And I hope some of you find that peace in your life. No matter what turmoil is going on around you, whatever bills you can't pay, whatever financial problems you have, whatever relationship problems you might have, whatever family members might be mad at you, you know, whatever grudges are being held, relax. God's in control. In the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. It's like it doesn't really matter what happens on the bus. It only matters what happens once you get where you're going. Once you get to the destination and you get off the bus. That's all this life is. It's just a bus ride. You know. And if you just don't get all caught up into it and get all upset about it, you can just enjoy the ride. You know, enjoy the ride. Yeah, sure, things are going to happen. You're going to experience pain. But even that, in the end, it doesn't matter. I probably rambled on too long, but I hope you got something out of it.